180 million developers and 90% of Fortune 100 companies build their software on GitHub. On May 20, 2026, a threat actor known as TeamPCP listed GitHub's internal source code for sale on a cybercrime forum. The asking price was $50,000 for a dump containing approximately 4,000 repositories. The group made their terms clear. If they couldn't find a single buyer, they would leak the entire collection of stolen data to the public for free. An intrusion at this level poses a systemic risk. GitHub is where the modern world's code is housed, tested, and deployed. GitHub operates as a highly secure fortress, which raises an immediate question. How did a threat actor bypass those external defenses in the first place? This wasn't a failure of the platform's external perimeter or a brute force attack on a server. Instead, the breach targeted the implicit trust developers place in their daily tools. The attackers compromised a single employee's local workstation. To break into the world's largest code repository, the intruders avoided the server firewall entirely and went after the individual developer. The infection started when a GitHub employee installed a software extension for Microsoft Visual Studio Code. It looked completely legitimate. But the second that corrupted extension executed, the employee's machine belonged to the attackers. Operating quietly in the background, the intruders extracted local environment variables, specifically the digital access tokens stored directly on that single piece of hardware. These stolen credentials grant direct access, allowing an attacker to bypass standard authentication protocols because the system recognizes the token as a legitimate active session. With those tokens in hand, the attackers reached into the heart of the platform and pulled down 3,800 restricted repositories. Because that single laptop held the necessary administrative secrets, a compromise of one device allowed the attackers to exfiltrate the internal source code of the entire organization. This maps the attack engine, a self-replicating malware known as Mini Shai-Hulud. It silently extracts CI/CD tokens from an infected developer's machine. It uses those credentials to automatically publish poisoned code packages to central software hubs. Other developers download them, and the cycle begins again. By weaponizing open-source trust, standard software updates become a vehicle for mass viral distribution. And TeamPCP had been perfecting this cycle for months before they ever reached GitHub. They previously breached the security scanner Trivy, setting off a chain reaction that compromised over 1,000 enterprise organizations, including Cisco. They hit Jenkins automation plugins, the AI startup Mistral, and internal devices at OpenAI. They also compromised Durable Task, an official Microsoft Python package downloaded over 400,000 times in a single month. In a supply chain attack, every set of stolen credentials is simply a crowbar used to pry open a significantly larger target. GitHub immediately isolated the infected device, removed the malicious extension, and rotated all their critical corporate secrets to cut off access. While customer data is a significant liability, exfiltrated source code provides a level of exposure that a database breach cannot match. Stolen code acts as a blueprint. It exposes the platform's internal security logic, its threat monitoring systems, and any unpatched structural vulnerabilities. Rotating passwords stops the immediate bleeding, but it offers little comfort when the attackers walk away with the floor plans to the entire system. The developer's pipeline has permanently replaced the external firewall as the primary front line of defense. Modern software is a deeply interconnected web. Sever a single central dependency, and the whole system snaps apart. In an era of automated supply chain attacks, no entity is too large to fail. The only safe assumption is that the toolkits you rely on are already active threats.